Welcome to Science, Health and Healing Library of Children's Health Core. I'm Dr. Majid Ali. The subject of this article is Exercise 102, Lapdog Joes at the New York Times. Lapdog Joes is a term that I coined several years ago for a very important reason. Sometimes I get very frustrated when I read health information on either television or I read it on the newsprint or on the radio. Young people, young men and women go to schools of journalism to serve their country. The purpose is to be watchdogs for society. When they do something wrong, they want to accurately observe the facts and report it to the listeners for the larger good of the society. Because the New York Times has never published a good article which gives a fair representation of natural medicine, environmental medicine, natural energy healing, as seen through the eyes of the practitioners of these arts. So I believe that all their articles, they're not serving as watchdogs for the society. They become lapdogs sitting in the laps of fear merchanters. These corporate monsters which distort all health information for no other reason than to satiate their pathologic impulses for controlling everything in their way. Strong words. I founded this website, Lapdog Joes. Joes, I took it from G.I. Joes, and for people in the rest of the world, G.I. Joes were, of course, the soldiers of the United States. Now, I would urge you to read some of those articles and see if I'm being unfair. If I am myself engaging in ideological transgressions. Yes, I've lost my bearing, my own ethics, my own fairness. But these are very important issues. Now, on May 31st of 2012, the New York Times published a most extraordinary story on the front page. The title was, "For some, exercise may increase heart risks, researchers find." Let me repeat it. For some, exercise may increase heart risks, researchers find. In a separate segment, I tell you how the centenarians and the near centenarians that I have personally known, how they would have scoffed at the New York Times reporter. And if once I explained to them, what do I mean by the term New York Times lapdog Joes? They are not journalists, they are not watchdogs, they are lapdogs. I think they would agree. So what they did was, they never bothered to ask any questions from centenarians or near centenarians, or people like me who write books on the physiology of exercise. Almost 20 years ago, I wrote my book, The Ghoda and Limbic Exercise. My main point was that exercise should be in a spiritual dimension. You know, when you're a teenager, if you want to be a Wimbledon tennis star, that exercise training is different. I'm not talking about that. I'm referring to physical exercise for longevity, for healthful aging, for functional health. So when you read this article, and I have posted it on kids123.org, which is the official website of Children's Health Core, please read this article. See if I'm being unfair. New York Times quoted one pseudoscientist after another, one pseudo-researcher after another saying we need more study translation, we need more government's money. And New York Times would like to support it. And some other people said, well, you know, we really don't know that HDL cholesterol, which in some people, about 10% of the people, was negatively affected, or their blood pressure rose actually with exercise rather than fall down, that whether they really relate to the risk of heart disease. Interesting. Having wasted hundreds of billions of dollars of other people to try to lower cholesterol, raise HDL with drugs, make their liver toxic, now all of a sudden these pseudoscientists are telling New York Times, well, we really don't know that if HDL falls with exercise or if the blood pressure rises with exercise, as happened in this large study in 10% of the people, and in 7% of the people, multiple heart risks were negatively affected. So having for decades deceived the public, now they're saying, well, in 10% of the people who do regular exercise, as monitored by these people who wasted a lot of our money, actually exercise had negative effects. Let me read you that exact quote, the title of the New York story on May 31st, 2012. For some, exercise may increase heart risk, researchers find. New York Times lapdogs didn't bother to find out who these researchers are, whose money are they taking, how are they wasting. It actually didn't bother to tell us something about the health of those researchers. Do they do exercise? What is their health? How many pills are they taking? To what degree are they drugging themselves with champions of health? Please go to my website, childrenshealthcore.org, or for this program, go to lapdogjoes.com. If you just put Lapdog Joes, put my name, it will get you there. Children's Health Corps was funded and founded by Talat and myself, Talat my wife, several years ago with a mission of disseminating authentic information, true science, free of cost for children all over the world, their parents, their grandparents, their teachers, and other civic-minded individuals. Please forward this YouTube segment to your email, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn contacts. Help us spread this message of what is authentic information. This program is a part of my 15-segment series on exercise. No, I'm not asking you to look at all of them today, but every now and then watch some segments, 101, 102, 103, all the way to 115. And if you want, sometimes you can support Children's Health Corps. Go to kids123.org. There is a link on the home page. How can you help? We make some suggestions. Our email is aliacademy7@gmail.com. Tell us what your comments are. Thank you for joining me, and do join us again soon, please. Thank you.